What's good, guys? So after my successful video showing you how to easily beat those fleet combat missions on light side Geonosis territory battles, a lot of people reached out to me for help with other factors and other missions and special missions and so on. And one of the most requested ones that I get is actually on Darkside Geonosis, and it's the phase 1 mission of the Geonosians. And this is because you have to run Poggle lead, and all you can do is change one character. And it's not really the big guilds that need this. The big guilds can easily, get all 6 stars on that day with deployment. But the smaller guilds are having a much harder time, and to help squeeze out an extra star or so, I have a strategy that is going to guarantee you 4 out of 4 waves, and you're not actually going to be using a 5th Geonosian. Most people will chuck Spy in, they'll get 3 out of 4, and they'll make the rest up with deployment. However, there is a way to guarantee you'll get 4 out of 4 very easily every single time. The only thing you will need is Wat Tambor, but you're only going to need him at 5 star because that's all that's required for this. And if you've been following my other guide that's been out for about a year now on how to easily unlock him with gear 12 or below Geonosians, then you should have him. So let's get on with this video, guys. Let's do this. Alright, so I filmed this about 2 territory battles back. My buddy Spacey, my old Among Us rival, is the one that reached out to me suggesting this, because most of us were getting 3-4. Occasionally you will manage to squeeze out a 4-4, but it's just not very consistent. I've only just realised that you can select 2 characters there. I thought it was only the one. But regardless, you're going to stick Brood in there because, wow, why wouldn't you? But dropping Spy is something I never even considered. He's really where a lot of damage comes from. But bringing Wat Tambor in has actually proved to be incredibly consistent. All the guilds switch to it and it works perfectly. First thing we do is put the shield generator over onto Brute. This is going to give him protection back, it's going to force a taunt there, and it's going to get things moving for us. From that point, obviously, the same way we do in the Wat Tambor special mission, let's get some ability block around this. That's spreading these. Take care of the big damage dealers first. I always take care of Sergeant as quick as I can. And then you've got the, I forget his name, the one that fires a big bloody rocket at you and can put, the armor shred, that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, once you've done the shield generator, we're going to put the med pack onto Poggle, and we're going to follow that up with the weapon mod onto Brood Alpha. Because that way he's going to be, he's getting a little bit more turn meter. And if they do manage, if you don't manage to get his ability blocks around and one of the big toons manages to take out your Brute, you can bring him back nice and quickly. Here we go with a weapon mod. And now everything is set up. It's all set up perfectly. And the beauty of Wat Tambor is he's able to, put extra protection on and extra health on, dispels and all that kind of stuff. And it's just another excellent tool to keep the Geonosians alive. This wave is already all but done. I mean, we got Captain, we got their tank, the Lieutenant, and then we got the Jedi. So it's really not going to be a difficult one. It's usually 3 or 4 where you'll actually run into your first actual threat. Particularly the lower guilds, that's usually where they fall off. I see a lot of 2-4s in the lower divisions of AOK. And I actually have an alt in one of the lower divisions. I consistently was always getting 3s and was quite frustrated that I could never get those 4s. And as soon as I learned this, Wat Tambor goes into that team and there were the 4s. So it really does work fantastically. I don't think there's been a single person in the whole alliance that has failed to get a 4 once you put Wat into the squad and take Spy out. Alright, so yeah, obviously the primary here is going to be Arc. He's got Daze. Do not want that on Geonosians. And then Sergeant. So you can see that's exactly what I've done here. I've ability blocked both of them, and now I'm taking out priority number 1, the Arc Trooper, because he's just got quite a nasty kit, and he's got that buff that he can spread around as well, which like boosts God knows what stats, but it's a lot of them, and they become significantly harder to kill. So making sure both of those are shut down is key. Obviously, Sergeant's biggest threat is the fact he's got a really powerful AoE attack, and AoE is one of the most obvious threats to Geonosians because it's hitting all of them, therefore it's taking health and protection away from all of their equalizations, and it's just not a good thing to leave on the board. From this point we have no threats remaining. We got a Trooper and we got 2 Jedi that really don't do any sort of damage. They're just gonna delay the battle because one of them's stealth and the other one's healing. So this trooper will drop nice and quick. Let's just spread some more of that around. Remember, if you have a debuff on an enemy that is particularly scary, you can always put blind and daze on with some facts special, but they have to be debuffed for that second special to actually do that. I see a lot of people try it right away even though there's no debuffs there, and you're just wasting the move. Alright, the Sentinel's going to drop. I can't remember what enemies were here in the third wave, but I mean, I've run this a fair few times now, and I've faced all the variations, and it doesn't have any difficulties. None at all. So yeah, I suppose ability blocking Rex is definitely going to be a smart option here, because he's going to be able to put tenacity up around and boost some turn meters and such. It looks like I'm having really bad RNG here. Even with tenacity down, we're not sticking it. There we go. Finally. Alright, so now, obviously, Lieutenant for the AoE. We got one of those ones that does the armor shred right there. So I imagine I will probably target him after this. I clearly haven't gone for the kill straight away on Rex because Medic's right there, and obviously Sergeant is still able to slap that AoE. Surprisingly didn't. Wow, we're just not sticking ability blocks. It's amazing because the potency putting on Poggle is not going to make a difference. He only has so many % chance of actually sticking it, so it doesn't matter how high your potency is anyway. It's just a really bad luck I'm not getting that roll. Right, we got it on Medic, so at least he's not going to be able to revive Rex at that point. But once again, I just can't seem to stick it over on Sergeant. So this is pretty good to showcase a run that is not going right, because it's very rare you'll miss that many ability blocks. And the fact I've missed that many and we're still having no problems whatsoever is actually a good thing, really, because my Geonosians are not good. They're all like 12.0. None of them have like specialized modding. They've pretty much just got mods that have been chucked on them for the sake of having a mod on them. Then they're not great mods. I'm pretty sure I still have my mods from like 2017 on Geonosian Soldier, in fact. So, and probably Sunfac for that matter. There was a time where Sunfac was in my arena team. It was a long time ago. Right, let's get rid of this sharpshooter. He's already managed to stick armor shred there. But yeah, it's not really a problem. We got no threats on the board anyway now. We just got a clone trooper. So, right, spread the old buffs around. And then just basic your way through to the final wave. And this is the one where a full Geonosian squad just seems to get blown away all the time. I mean, if you've all like Relic 5 or whatever on all your Geonosians, you're probably not having that problem. But as I said, this video is really geared towards those guilds, the alliances and such that are not top end. You can see mine here was like 299 million, and this was like however long ago it was. I actually filmed this before I got too ill. Right, so you got Anakin and Sergeant are both going to need those ability blocks nice and quick. I mean, there's a couple of threats here. You've also got that sharpshooter and you've got the medic, but you're not actually going to get killed too quick, so I'll probably go for the sharpshooter. Anakin's lost his ability blocks. We've got to get that one back on. Apparently, I'm just going all in on Anakin, and honestly, that kind of makes sense. The Anakins in this territory battle just seem to be so damn scary. Alright, just keep swarming. Get his health nice and low, and then you can shut down the medic and kill him. And he's lost it again, so got to get it back on. Wow. Alright, and now the old fish face is taunted. This is a perfect example of a run that's not going right, but is working. So if you're going to get really good RNG, it's going to be even easier and quicker. Oh, we might actually lose Brute here. But the beautiful thing about that is we're not wasting that second special of Brute, so we could immediately revive him and immediately put the tank buff, the shield generator, once again on Brute and be right back in the same situation. Right back in a really good spot. Right, clearly I've given up and I've just decided to hope I can get ability block on after killing Anakin here. They just keep healing at the wrong time. Right, with Anakin gone and Sergeant screwed, evidently I no longer care and I'm just going to swarm them. I'm not getting any ability blocks. Let's get the old protection up on. And I've said a million times, I don't have good Geonosians. So many people that saw me do the Wat guide were like, oh yeah, well you're probably, you know, really well modded and stuff, and they didn't watch the video properly. I mean, my brother, I think it's a Gear 9 Brood Alpha he has, and he beats that Wat mission all the time. Just follows my guide. And you can pretty much take that guide into this battle. It's the same mechanics. You've got consistent threats to Geonosians, so you shut them down in the same way you do in the Wat Tambor mission. And that looks like a really easy 4. Boom, there you go. So if you're one of those lower guilds, that's how it's done. Just get your 5-star Gear 8 whatever Wat Tambor in that mission. Just get him in there. I will show you guys, because some of you will say, well, how do you do the special mission? Because I know a lot of people like to use Wat. I've got a second video come in that will show you a way to easily beat that without having to use Wat. It's the way that I always do it. All right, here are the mods on my Brood Alpha. There's really nothing special. Standard speed there. I mean, there's only an 8 secondary on that one, and it's not even a good primary. I just kind of stuck whatever I had on Brood Alpha, I think. Whatever was laying around, because he's not a priority character. There's a plus 88 there. There's his damage. There's his armor. Show you the next one. Get old Sunflack out. I've got the old offense sound, and this is for way back when he was in my arena team with Palpatine. That's like early 2017. So I've just never even revisited his mods, because he's just not a priority character. 63 speed. That's his health and protection. And nothing else really matters, quite frankly. The only reason I think I have an offense on him is because when I used to run him as a key character, I would rely a lot on his counters. But it doesn't even matter anymore. You can just put whatever on. You can see my Poggle mods are far from optimal. Far from great. You don't need to have great mods for this. Same way as you don't need to have great mods for the Wat Tambor mission. There we be. I could probably speed him up and have a few more attempts at ability blocks, because clearly I need them after that run. I got Geonosian Soldier. These are most definitely old school mods. They have to be. I don't even have a speed secondary on that one. That's how old that is. Absolute garbage mods. Wow, that's actually shocking to look at. Perhaps I'll give him some love eventually. 56. That would have been a good speed like total for me back in 2017. Hopefully that gives you guys that confidence of, oh, at least you know, this is realistic. He's not done this 150 speed on all of his characters. Let's go show you my Wat Tambor. Again, he's not impressive either. He's a 12.0. No 6-dot mods. All I've done is chuck protection everywhere, keep him alive, because previously I was running him at like Gear 10 on everything, you see. So having protection everywhere just kept him alive a little longer. Now he's 12, I could probably, you know, add a little bit more speed to him. But with the Zeta, he's going to go first anyway and get everything going. He's only got 50 speed. Only 50 speed. So you clearly do not need anything impressive. Offense and stuff are not going to matter here because he doesn't actually attack. And there you have it. Hopefully this video will help you guys out.